Hello guys, Michael Mechanical here. I'm still a little bit sick, it sucks, but also just got, like, you could call it my invoice today, and I'm actually pretty friggin' pissed off, um, for multiple reasons. First you could say, I was pretty excited about what I saw. I mean, I saw numbers that I was expecting to see from day one. In fact, they were the numbers that I was expecting to make this business sustainable, what I was doing. Because I was looking at saying, look, if you want to keep me, $300 is about what I need daily in order to be sustainable. It doesn't have to be exactly, but it has to be up there. And I got close to that, not exactly, but very close to that $300 mark, which was really impressive. 3 of the days were over $200, and 5 of the days were under. Unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbles. Now, the problem is, I am really freaking pissed off, and the reason being is essentially they've literally stolen jobs that I've done off of my paycheck, and it's making me feel sicker because I've just gotten over a cold. I'm still getting over a little bit, and it's disgusting. The night that I felt sick, I was okay. I could sleep. The next night, though, I was just choking to sleep. I couldn't barely sleep, and I had to try and find a position and be careful in order to get at least one of my nostrils clear so that I could breathe while I was sleeping. And I found it really weird. I had to sleep on it with my head on an angle, even though it's not the reason to talk. The reason I'm doing this video. The reason I'm doing this video is essentially I've been screwed over again. And now, even though it's not damages to my vehicle that I'm getting compensated for, it is literally compensation for work that I've been doing. And it's not considered technically financial loss, because financial loss is a term that relates to financial loss to me for like my vehicle expenses, such as fuel, such as the vehicle being stolen, damaged, and requiring repair, insurance, licensing, registration, damage in any way like that. Essentially, the only reason I should be able to claim compensation is because, one, they accepted compensation on my behalf to forward to me, which they didn't ever pay me, and then for two, essentially what they did, essentially what they've done is they've taken jobs from me and said that I didn't do them and I'm not getting paid for them. Oh, I'm hoping that helps. Oh, it's gonna kill my voice. But anyway, I'm really pissed off. And I'm running out of breath because of this is shit. This is really shit. I want to go to sleep. I need to get some sleep. I'm gonna have to see what I can do about this. I'm gonna, talk with them about it, but I'm also gonna have to find out if there's any actions I can take to deal with this. Because I know they're gonna just screw me around some more. Because everyone who works for them says they do that, and they're very good at withholding stuff from you, essentially. So, because of that, a lot of people are like, do this, do that. What I'm gonna do, I personally don't want to be in the position of, having to take legal action, but I have almost no choice but to take legal action because of the year ago I was owed, and now I'm owed for work that I've done that I have not received any compensation for or any reasoning to why the jobs are not in my invoice. They don't tell me anything, and because of that lack of communication and because of that side whenever I call them, essentially say, "Oh, we'll call the customer." That is essentially where, no, I know what the model of the business is, and if it was a specific kind of job in which they do have a thing where, you know, they'll be here within such a time or it's free sort of thing, if it was that specific kind of job, they would put it in my invoice. They would say zero, and I should understand because that's their model, essentially. And it is a bit of a stupid model on behalf of, the driver, but if you're a good driver, you'll probably get there in the time frame. If not, well, you got to accept, you got to take risks sometimes, and you can always decline work. They say you can, so why not? And the thing I've learnt with in the business essentially is the mobile app has been in building into the systems automation to which makes your life easier with navigation. If you don't know your roads around Adelaide or wherever you are, you can essentially click on the app where it says the address and click it, and then it will take you directly to that address, and it will give you coordinates to that address. And that's what I liked. The thing I don't like about it though is it doesn't always work. In some cases, it sends you somewhere that's about 6 minutes away. In some cases, it sends you to a street that's on the other side of the street, sort of thing. Like you have roads side by side and it sends you to the other road instead of the road you're meant to be on. And it's like, where the hell is this? You know, it's frustrating like that. Anyway, I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to see what I've got to do in the morning. All I know is I'm still experiencing hot flushes and I'm sweating while I'm sleeping. So once I get over this cold, I gotta get my bed cleaned because that's just disgusting. Literally, I told my dad, from toe to shoulder, I was sweating in bed and it was wet. I got out, I went for a walk, I came back and went back to bed, and my bed was just so wet. He said, well, why didn't you let it dry out first? Or get a towel and lay on a towel or something. The reason I didn't do that is because I'm stupid, one, and number two is because I wanted to keep cool anyway, because I wanted to make sure my body temperature was low, and I didn't really care about it being wet. I knew it was going to dry up anyway, so why not? But that actually happens. I've got to get my bed cleaned, so I got some jobs to do this week. And I submitted 12 job applications today, and now I have no jobs to seek until next month, essentially. And I'm happy that I don't have to seek any jobs till next month because that gives me the opportunity to improve my resume, my CVs, find ways to make it a bit more easier to do all that application stuff, find find ways to find other work that is going to be easier for me and whatnot, because otherwise I'm just going to struggle with this because I have been struggling. I just smashed through them. One or two jobs I wouldn't have met the criteria directly for, but I was just like, I just have to apply to as many jobs as I can. And someone once said to me, it doesn't matter if you have the skills or not that they are requiring. It just matters that you submit something, because if you have something else that they want, they'll consider you for a different role, or something along the lines of, you don't have this license, but we can give you a different role that we need you for, essentially, because they might have another position upcoming or something. You don't have to apply directly for every requirement of the role. You just have to apply for most of the role. If it's a major point of the role where they have to have this thing, you might not get away with doing that. It'd be best to just say, apply to another role. But if it has plenty of leeway for, even though I say you have to have this, they have other things they need filled as well, you might get away with it because you have other things you can do instead. Like they might want a HR driver and a store person. Essentially, one guy isn't going to fill both those roles if the HR driver is halfway to London or something, They might need an actual full-time store person on top of the HR driver. That's the hints that I've been getting at with the job applications I've done. Anyway, I gotta go because I gotta go and find ways to do stuff.